Have you ever wished you could speak English fluently without hard grammar, without memorizing endless vocabulary lists? Today, you'll be surprised by how simple it can be. With just 50 easy English sentences, you can start speaking every single day, build fluency, and gain confidence. No textbooks, no pressure. Just real sentences connected to your real life and emotions. Welcome to Kunzy Podcast English, where we turn English learning into an inspiring, simple, and powerful daily journey. Let's dive into 50 easy sentences and discover how they can completely transform the way you speak English. Part 1. Why morning is the golden time to speak English. Have you ever wondered what the best time of day is to practice speaking English? It's not during lunch, not after work, but right in the morning, the moment you open your eyes to a brand new day. This isn't just a good time, it's the golden hour. Why? Because in the morning, your mind is at its freshest. Your brain hasn't been cluttered yet by emails, stress, or to-do lists. It's a blank canvas, and that's your golden opportunity to imprint it with something powerful, a new language, new energy, and a new you. When the world is still quiet, when no one is watching or listening, you have full control of your voice. No fear, no judgment, no performance, just you and your words. And here's the truth many forget. Your mouth is a muscle, and it needs training. Just 10 minutes of speaking English out loud every morning is enough to wake up that muscle, strengthen it, and build real confidence that no grammar book alone can give you. You don't need a teacher. You don't need a classroom. You don't even need a textbook. All you need is your willingness to speak out loud. You can begin with 10 simple sentences. I am awake. It's a new day. I feel good. Let's do this. I will learn today. I will speak with confidence. English is my friend. I'm improving every day. I am ready. Let's begin. They may sound simple, but don't underestimate them. These phrases are not just exercises. They are affirmations. They wake up your voice, your focus, your confidence. They set the tone for the day, not just in English, but in life. You can say them while brushing your teeth, making your coffee, or looking at yourself in the mirror. It doesn't matter where you speak. What matters is that you speak. And when you make this a daily habit, you'll begin to feel something shift. You'll start thinking in English, speaking with less hesitation, and most importantly, you'll stop being afraid. You'll start believing in yourself, in your ability to grow, in your power to transform. So if you've been struggling with speaking fluently, feeling shy, or lacking practice, start small. 10 minutes every morning. Just you and your voice. Speak the words you believe in. Watch how that daily spark turns into a fire. This isn't just language practice. It's the beginning of your transformation. And morning is your golden time to begin. Part 2, talk to yourself in English. Mirror conversation. Do you know who your best speaking partner is? It's not your teacher. It's not a native speaker. It's not even an app. It's you. That's right. No one is more patient, more available, and more forgiving than yourself. And one of the most powerful ways to improve your English speaking skills every day is through a simple practice called mirror conversation. Picture this. Every morning you stand in front of your mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and begin a small conversation in English. You don't need a plan. You don't need a script. Just start with a simple question. How do I feel today? You answer, I feel sleepy. Then another question. What do I want to do today? You say, I want to study English, and on it goes. You become both the interviewer and the guest. Sounds strange? Maybe. But it's that very strangeness that helps you break through the fear, activate your speaking reflex, and most importantly, start thinking in English, not just translating from your native language. Speaking in front of the mirror is one of the most natural ways to build fluency. You're practicing intonation, facial expressions, eye contact, and most of all, confidence. No one's judging you. No one's correcting you. You are free. And as you look at yourself, you'll see someone trying, showing up, putting in the effort, and slowly you'll begin to believe in that person. This small daily conversation may seem insignificant, but if you keep doing it day after day, you are laying the foundation for fluent English in the future. One day you'll notice you're speaking faster, more naturally, and you feel more connected to English than ever before. So starting tomorrow, before anything else, take a few moments to stand in front of the mirror. Ask, answer in English. It's not just a speaking exercise. It's a moment to connect with yourself in a new language. And you'll realize you don't need anyone else to become better. You just need you, consistent, committed, and believing every single day. Part 3. Speak English while moving. Connect language with life. Have you ever wondered why children learn to speak so fast? They don't study grammar. They don't take notes. They don't use flashcard textbooks. They just live. They hear, see, act, and repeat. And through daily actions, language becomes part of their lives. That's the secret. Action tied to language. If you want to speak English more naturally, fluently, and confidently, don't just study in silence. Learn when you're in motion. Start with the smallest things in your daily routine. When you wake up, don't just think, I'm awake. Say it out loud in English, I'm getting up. When you brush your teeth, say, I'm brushing my teeth. Opening the window, say, I'm opening the window. Making tea, I'm making tea. These may seem simple, but this is how you practice and memorize English without sitting at a desk. Every action you take is real. It's tied to emotions, to movement, to your senses. And your brain remembers what it feels and does, not just what it reads. Imagine, every morning you're not just doing, you're speaking. When you wash your face, say, I'm washing my face. When you get dressed, I'm putting on my clothes. When you leave the house, I'm going out. No one needs to hear you. No one is judging. You just need yourself. And by speaking while doing, you allow English to enter your life the way your first language once did. You don't need to know what the present continuous tense is. You don't need to understand grammar rules. But guess what? You're using them correctly anyway. That's powerful because you're learning by experience, not by memorization. This is how millions of children master their first language. And now you can do the same with English. Think about it. If every action in your day is tied to one English sentence, then in just a few weeks, you'll have hundreds of sentences you can say without hesitation, not because you memorized them, but because they're part of your life. And the best part, these sentences aren't trapped in a book. They live in you. You speak as you live. And that's when English becomes truly natural. No one becomes fluent just by studying theory. They become fluent by living with the language, using English as a companion in everyday actions. And you can achieve that too, starting today by adding small sentences to the things you already do. No textbooks, no drills, just you and your daily life. And here's the most important reminder. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start speaking. You don't need silence. You don't need a perfect accent. You don't need a teacher. Start while you're making coffee, walking down the street, folding your laundry. I'm folding the clothes. I'm walking to the market. I'm cooking lunch. Every time you speak, you train your reflex. Every time you speak, you become closer to the English-speaking version of yourself. If you keep this habit alive, one day you'll speak without even thinking. That's the moment when English becomes true fluency, not memorized, not forced, but lived. Part 4, thinking and feeling in English, emotional English. If you want to speak English like a native, learning vocabulary and grammar is just the beginning. What matters more is this: you must think in English and feel in English. Because language is not just a tool, it's a mirror of your thoughts and emotions. When you can express your deepest feelings in English, that's when you've truly mastered the language. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning. Before checking your phone, before starting the day, you ask yourself in English, "How do I feel today?" And you honestly say, "I feel a little tired," or maybe, "I feel excited." It seems simple, but in that moment, you're building a real connection between your emotions and English. And when you do this daily, English slowly becomes your inner voice. No more translating, no more searching for words. This is the beauty of emotional English. You don't just learn words, you learn how to express yourself. You learn how to be real in English. Try saying, "I feel happy today." "I feel calm and ready." "I feel a little sad, but I will keep going." These aren't just grammar exercises. These are reflections of your true self, spoken out loud in your second language. And when you start describing your daily intentions in English, you're not just practicing, you're shaping your day. Say, "Today I want to learn 5 new English words." "I want to go for a walk." "I will do my best today." You are setting goals with your voice. You are building a better life with every sentence. And when you say, "I want to be better than yesterday," you're not just speaking, you're growing. You're becoming more than just a language learner. You're becoming a better you. So how do you practice emotional English every day? You don't need a desk. You don't need a book. All you need is a moment of honesty. Every morning, take just 1 to 2 minutes to stand in front of a mirror or close your eyes and talk to yourself in English. How do I feel today? What do I want to do today? What is my goal? Answer those questions in English with your heart. You may speak slowly, you may make mistakes. That's okay. The goal is not perfection. The goal is to create the habit of thinking in English naturally and truthfully. This is the turning point, from learning English to living in English. And once you connect the language to your emotions, to your thoughts, to your goals, you're no longer studying English. You're living with it. You are using English as a part of who you are. Language only comes alive when it's the voice of your soul. Don't treat English as something outside of you. Make it your inner language. And one day when someone asks, "How are you today?" you'll respond without hesitation, without translating, without thinking in your native tongue. You'll simply smile and say, "I feel grateful and full of energy." That is the feeling of true freedom in a new language. And it can begin today with you. Part 5, asking questions, creating real conversations. When we think about speaking English fluently, most people imagine speaking a lot and speaking fast. But fluency is not just about speaking. True fluency is about interaction, knowing how to ask questions, listen, and respond naturally. If you only know how to speak in one direction, you're not truly communicating. Communication is a two-way street, and questions are the bridges that make real conversations possible. So here's the key. To improve your English speaking skills, start by asking yourself questions every single day. You don't need a teacher. You don't need a language partner. The first person you need to talk to is yourself. Every morning, begin your day with a short self-dialogue in English. How do I feel today? What do I want to do today? What's my first step? Am I ready for today? Simple, right? But this is one of the most powerful habits you can build. By asking and answering your own questions in English, you are training your brain to communicate in two directions, even when no one is around. And the benefits go beyond just language. Asking yourself questions in English helps you build critical thinking, organize your thoughts, and understand yourself more deeply. You begin not just learning vocabulary, but also learning how to explore ideas and express emotions in English. Try asking, what made me happy yesterday? Why am I feeling tired today? What can I do better this week? Is there something I'm avoiding? These questions do more than improve your English. They improve your life. They help you become more aware, more intentional, and more connected to yourself. And all of it in English. You don't need to write anything down. Just say it out loud or whisper it to yourself. With time, you'll notice something amazing. Asking and answering in English becomes natural. When someone talks to you in real life, you won't freeze. You've already practiced. You've already built the habit of interaction. Imagine a real situation. You go to class, to work, or to a coffee shop. Someone says, "How are you today?" Instead of saying, "I'm fine," you respond, "I feel calm but a bit sleepy. I stayed up late watching YouTube." They ask, "What did you watch?" And just like that, you're in a real conversation. And it all started with a daily habit of asking yourself questions. Here's the secret. You don't need to speak more. You just need to ask more. Ask to understand yourself. Ask to explore your emotions. Ask to open up real conversations. Once asking questions becomes your habit, you're not just learning English anymore. You're living it. You're making it a part of your daily thought process, a part of your life. So today, ask yourself, what is my biggest goal this week? What am I afraid of right now? How can I make today better than yesterday? Every question is a step forward, and every answer you speak is building your fluency. One day, one conversation at a time. Part 6, Morning Voice Ritual, the 5-minute daily speaking habit. Have you ever woken up in the morning feeling groggy, with English seeming distant and unreachable, not knowing how to even start speaking? If so, the Morning Voice Ritual, a 5-minute daily English speaking habit, is exactly what you need. This simple yet powerful routine helps activate your language mind in a natural, consistent way. With just 6 small steps, you can turn each morning into a real speaking practice. No books, no teachers, just you, your voice, and your willingness to speak. Step 1 is your wake-up sentence. Good morning. I'm awake and ready. This isn't just a greeting. It's a declaration to yourself that you're ready to face the day with energy and the mindset of growth. Step 2. Ask yourself, how do I feel today? This is your moment to connect with your emotions. Then step 3. Speak your feeling out loud. I feel calm. Or I feel a little tired. There's no need to be perfect. Just be honest. That sincerity is what makes your speaking more real, more meaningful, and more effective. Next, describe a small action you're doing in the moment. For example, I'm brushing my teeth, or I'm making my bed. These simple present continuous sentences help you link language with real-life actions and train your brain to think in English naturally. Then move on to a small plan for the day. I will study English after dinner. With this, you're not just practicing English, you're also programming your mind to live with purpose. Finally, end the ritual with a motivational sentence. I believe in myself, or I'm strong. That's the spark that will fuel your energy and positivity for the whole day. This entire ritual takes only about 5 minutes. And to take it a step further, record your voice every morning using your phone. Listening to yourself will not only help improve pronunciation, but also give you confidence as you notice your progress day by day. Try keeping up this habit for 7 consecutive days. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need flawless grammar. Man, what matters most is consistency, honesty, and the courage to speak out loud every day. After just 7 days, you'll feel a clear difference. You'll speak more fluently even without studying grammar rules. You'll feel more confident because you're no longer afraid of mistakes. And most importantly, you'll start turning English from a subject into a real part of your daily life. Each morning, you won't just be waking up your body. You'll be awakening your language mindset. Every sentence you speak is a small but steady step toward English fluency. And you know what? Every big change starts with one small habit, one that's repeated with intention, heart, and inspiration every single day. No long lectures, no complicated grammar, no fancy tools or perfect lessons. All you really need is your voice, your honest emotion, and 5 minutes each morning just for yourself. With just a mirror, a ready mind, and a heart willing to change, you can shift from a passive learner to an active user of English. You're no longer just studying English, you're living it. You're no longer afraid of making mistakes. You're learning from them. You're no longer waiting to be spoken to. You're starting the conversation. By speaking each morning, when your mind is fresh and your thoughts are clear, you're laying the foundation of fluency. Just 5 minutes a day. But in those 5 minutes, you're planting seeds of confidence. Every sentence you speak, every emotion you express, every time you look in the mirror and speak honestly, you're stepping closer to your true voice. This journey doesn't require you to be perfect. It only asks you to be consistent. It doesn't matter what your level is. It doesn't matter if your pronunciation is not flawless. What matters is that you show up every single day. Each morning, you choose to speak. You choose to grow. You choose to become a better version of yourself. That's how you go from learner to real English user. From fear to confidence. From passive to active. The journey doesn't begin with textbooks. It begins with you. And everything you need is just 5 minutes, one voice, and a heart brave enough to speak your truth in English. And if you've made it all the way here with me, thank you, truly. Thank you for taking the time to listen, to learn, and to grow. Every single morning that you say one English sentence out loud, you are stepping closer to a more confident, stronger, and better version of yourself. This journey doesn't require fancy grammar or hours of study. All it takes is your voice, your real emotions, and just 5 minutes a day. If this journey has meant something to you, if it feels worth continuing, then don't hesitate to share it. Hit like, share, and subscribe to Kunzy Podcast English. Because maybe, just maybe, one click from you could be the spark someone else needs to believe in themselves and start learning English again. Thank you once again. I'll see you every morning, where we don't just learn English, we learn perseverance, self-belief, and how to begin again from something small. This is Kunzy Podcast English, and your voice truly matters.